I'm starting off with the dress pattern. You can download my dress pattern from my Etsy shop, and I'll leave the link in the description to where you can get the dress pattern. It's a very simple, easy dress and it's great for beginners, so if you're starting out learning how to sew, this is a fantastic first project. There's step-by-step instructions on how to make it, so it's really easy to create. So first I'm cutting out the dress pattern, and it has a center front seam, so that means that you cut two pieces of the dress pattern. And I'm also cutting out the back pattern as well. Now I'm cutting out the sleeve pattern. This is a very important piece. You can choose to have this or not.
Hey everyone, so I have the two center front pieces together. Since the dress has a bow at the front, this is the bow, and we will be sewing it like this way. So we'll be folding it in half, and all of it will be hemmed around. And then this is the center front. So the center front starts from here. You do a little stitch here, you stop, and then the continuation of the stitch is from here, and you do all the way down the center front of the dress. The front center seam, I used 1 centimeter seam allowance down the front, and then I did a zigzag stitch. You can use an overlocker if you have one. My one's broken at the moment, so I'm using a zigzag stitch until I get it fixed. So I'm just going to trim away the excess. You can skip this step if you already have a overlocker. You don't need to trim away the seam allowance that's been left. And I'm just going to trim away all of these frayed edges here.
You have to trim as close to the zigzag as possible.
So now that's completed, you also have to remember there's a little piece here, so you can do that trimmed away. So now that's been completed, the front of the dress is finished. And what you will have when you open it up, it will be the front of the dress with a center front seam all the way down the front, and then you can just reach in. There should be a hole in the middle where your two little bows will be. So now what we're going to do is fold the edge, and we're going to use that folded edge, the two folded edges, and we're going to put them together like this. So this is the bow tie, and we just need to press these flat. And I want you to miter in a little bit at the top because there's a timp. So just this tiny little clip. Just a small little miter at the top so it's easy for you to fold. Not a big cut because we don't want any holes or anything inside of it, so it's not meant to be a hole or anything like that. It's just a small miter in so that you can you're able to fold it. So now you want to take it and press it down, And also press the other side. And then you fold the top part as well and press. And you fold it again here and press. It's starting to pucker up here a little bit. If it starts to do that, just miter in it a little bit. Just do a little small clip. Just to relieve it. And then press it. Okay, so now that's done, you want to fold this in half. And have it together like this. And match them up. So once you've ironed it flat, you need to take some pins and pin it together. You're going to do a nice straight stitch or a decorative stitch along this line. It's up to you what you choose. You can do a wave, you could do a zigzag stitch, or just a normal straight stitch. It just means that these two pieces need to be connected together, so it's up to you what you decide to do. This is the fun part about making your own clothes, is that you can decide the little details. You could do an alternate colour and it could contrast, so something to set off the colour of the fabric that you're using. And it can be in a patterned, a decorative stitch, and it could be anything you want really. It's up to you, and that's the fun of making your own clothes. So I'm just pinning along the line and making sure that everything is in line. We want to do this to make sure that we don't have any uneven parts in our tie. And you need to repeat this on both sides.
I'm using a decorative zigzag stitch to stitch the ties together. You can use a straight stitch if you want to.
So now you should have your two little ties stitched already. These little things here. Yes. And we're going to move on to the neckline. We need to put a facing on there. In the pattern, I've included a facing pattern for you. So you don't need to really worry about that. All you need to do is place it front to front, and you're going to do a straight stitch all the way around, flip it over, and then you're going to top stitch all the way around as well. So I've stitched the first part of the facing on. What you need to do now is miter in and cut in so that it doesn't get really thick inside. So you just need to do a few slits, just so it can have some ease. You want to take your small scissors and cut as close as possible to the line. And just cut away some of that extra, because we don't want any bulk inside. So you want to fold it over and take everything to the inside. And make sure that it's flat. And then press. You have to pin it here and then do a top stitch all the way around the neckline.
I'm using a straight stitch to attach the facing. This gives the edge a really nice finish. You can use a decorative stitch here if you like as well. It's up to you. I'm now finishing the facing with a zigzag stitch. This is going to be the part that's on the inside. I'm doing this so that it doesn't fray or unravel.
So this is how the front of your dress should look now. So you've done your facing and you will have your little bow here that you can tie up. And the front of the dress is basically finished. You can tie it up, make it into a little bow, which is really sweet. Can't see it properly now, but you can get the idea of how it will thread up at the front. So that's all finished. Now we're just going to move on to the back. So we have the back pattern, and I'm just going to unpin it. So now we have the center back, front, right side to right side. And the first thing that we need to do is measure out our zip. I have like a pretty long zip, so it goes all the way down to here on the dress. But the bottom of the dress we need to stitch up the rest of the way. So let me turn this sideways so that you can still view it. So this is the bottom of the dress. We need to stitch all the way up, a little bit beyond where the zip would be on the dress. And then you finish there, and then we can come back and put the zip inside. So now we have stitched our center back seam. We're going to move on to doing the zip onto here. So let me turn it around the right way for you so that you can see what I'm doing. So we're just going to attach it like a normal zip. So this is our zip. We're going to attach this side of the zip to right side of the fabric. You're going to do a stitch, and then when you fold it over, it will look like this from the outside. You also do the other stitch on the other side with the right side of the fabric touching there. So right side of the fabric stitched onto the zip that way, and then right side of the fabric stitched onto the zip this way as well. Okay? Now that the zip is stitched in, you want to add your center back facing, just the same as how we did for the front. We're going to add the center back facing as well. And I have this piece that's right here, and you should have two pieces. So that will go right sides to right side, right sides to right side, and then do a straight stitch and fold it over like we did for the front facing as well. Once the facing has been stitched on, the back is basically finished. Now all we need to do is put the front and the back together. So you put them right sides to right side, and you want to match up the shoulder seams with the shoulder seams, which are here. So this needs to go to this shoulder seam and match them up, and side seams to side seams as well. Now there's two options for this dress. I've actually created a sleeve, a drop sleeve that you can have. So you could leave it as it is and keep it as a short sleeve. Or I have a like 3/4 length drop sleeve that you could add as well. Or you could extend it yourself and make it a full sleeve. It's totally up to you, because the freedom is down to you whether or not you choose to do that. And then once I've pinned this up, we can head on over to the sewing machine. So now that the back is done, you've sewn your front and your back pieces together, so they should be sewn together. At this point you can choose to finish your dress and leave it as a short sleeve, and you can finish it with bias binding around the edges. I think that's one of my favourite ways to finish it pieces, is with bias binding, or you could hem it, it's up to you. But I designed it to be done this way, so you can just add the bias binding around the edges. But I'm going to add the sleeve that it was meant to have. So there's a sleeve that is like this. It's very nice. You cut it on the fold, which is here, and I'll show you how it looks once it is. So it's just one seam along here, So you fold it in half, and this is the sleeve pattern. It's a 3/4 length one, and you just attach it to here once you've stitched this bit up. First you stitch this up, and then you can put it inside of here and then attach it, and then your sleeve is done. So you can choose to have it with and without the sleeve, but then the dress is completely finished.
Finally, you finish the dress with the bias binding around all of the edges, or you can choose to hem it. It's up to you. You're done, so go rock your handmade dress and shout from the rooftops, "I made my own clothes."